I'm going to start over, as a matter of fact. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know, before I even get started, I know I just made an immigration video just a second ago. Right? For me, it was a second ago. For you guys, it was several hours ago. But I know, but, it's kind of a slow news day as far as news. So, yeah, I got to cover what I got to cover, and this is a topic I love talking about, and this is just some insanity going on from Democrats. It's stuff that they're doing in the background that I can't stand, because that stuff flies under the radar. Most people don't cover articles like this, and I think articles like this are very important to know, because, attorneys general, they get voted on, right? You get voted to get put in these positions. And this has to do with a lot of Democratic attorneys general. So let's get into it right quick, though. Democratic attorneys general asked to defend health access for dreamers, since Trump probably won't. So what Democrats essentially are doing, they want you to pay for the health care of some people that are not supposed to be here, right? This is insane to me, because what happens, these people abuse our laws, right? And I say abuse our laws because this law was written a long time ago, right? At the founding of the country, I do believe. No, it was amended after the Civil War. That's right. It was amended after the Civil War. So they abuse this system of anchor babies, if you know what I'm talking about, the dreamers. People come into this country illegally, have a baby, and now that baby is an American citizen, so they can anchor themselves, so they can cry and gripe and moan and say, oh, well, you can't separate the kid from the family, so we have to stay in the country illegally. That's how they do that. It's manipulating our laws to get around an old school law that was never intended to be used in this manner. So these people, and now Democrats want you to pay for the health care for that baby. That is insane to me. And no, we should not do this. These people come here to manipulate our system to try to anchor themselves to this country. We can just take that entire family and ship them back to where they came from. Their baby will still have citizenship for this country. When they grow up, they want to come here, they can come here and then ask for their parents to be brought here and, go through the proper channels. But, Democrats, I can't seem to put the pieces of the puzzle together as to why they would advocate for this. Once again, to me, because it makes no logical sense, it's simply virtue signaling at the behest of the crowd, I guess. I don't know. It's either that or it's just because Donald Trump, right? We know that they go opposite of everything that Donald Trump does. Look what Joe Biden did when he came into office. He overturned 90-something executive orders because Donald Trump implemented those executive orders. And a lot of it made sense, like the Remain in Mexico policy. He overturned that. He shut down the Keystone XL pipeline. Just a bunch of insanity. Because Trump does it, they have to do the opposite. They have to advocate for the opposite. And they don't seem to realize in doing so, it makes them look like they're maniacs. They're just outright maniacs. Check this out, y'all. A group of Democratic attorneys general asked a court on Wednesday to let them defend a federal policy that opened subsidized health coverage to dreamers, young adults who were brought to the U.S. illegally as children. They want to take up the mantle since they anticipate President-elect Donald Trump's administration will not do so after he takes office on Monday. The request in U.S. District Court in Bismarck, North Dakota, is among the first of what are expected to be many legal skirmishes over policy as the presidency changes hands. New Jersey Attorney General Matthew Platkin is leading 14 Democratic prosecutors in the health care effort. Undermining dreamers' access to health care not only hurts them and their American children, but it harms states like New Jersey, too, Platkin said in a statement. Now, how? They never say how. How does that harm New Jersey? How? Oh, wait, I can tell you. Because it's going to force citizens of this country, it's going to harm every single American, because now we're having to be forced to pay for the health care of a kid that's not supposed to be here in the first place. That's nuts to me. They want you to pay for that. You foot the bill. They don't have to foot that bill. The people advocating for this don't have to foot that bill. You do. The American taxpayer does. They get their paycheck from the government. So you're paying them too. Get this. You're paying them to force you to pay for somebody else's health care. Now that you put it like that, how does that sound to you guys? Sounds insane, don't it? We will never back down from fighting for our dreamers, no matter who is in charge in Washington. For decades, states have often sued the federal government, particularly when it's under control of the opposing party over policy. Democratic attorneys general are also preparing to do just that. Of course they are, because they got to Trump-proof the country. Because Trump is an authoritarian. He's a dictator. He's going to come in and just dictate everything. That's what he's going to do. No, he's going to try to make America great again. It's not authoritarian. Once again, it's always, every accusation is a confession with these people. They always call Donald Trump an authoritarian. But you go and look at their policies, and their policies lead to authoritarianism. It's nuts, y'all. There could also be more requests like Wednesday's to let states defend actions taken by the Biden administration. If a judge allows the Democratic attorneys general to intervene in this case, it would set up a legal battle between red and blue states. Yes, that it would. A group of 19 Republican attorneys general, led by Kansas' Chris Kobach, sued over a federal regulation adopted last year to allow an estimated 147,000 immigrants eligible for coverage through the Affordable Care Act's public marketplace. They assert that the ACA and a 1996 law prohibit U.S. government benefits from flowing to immigrants who are in the country illegally. That is right. Once again, you do not get benefits of this country if you broke the laws and came into this country illegally. I'm sorry. Why should we be forced to pay for your health care? Why should we be forced to pay for your food stamps? Why should we be forced to to subsidize these criminal aliens? Because that's exactly what we're doing currently. The Biden administration has subsidized these people's just everyday needs, just outright everyday needs. They're giving them, thousands of dollars a month. Hundreds to thousands, I should say, to be factually correct, because not everybody gets the same. But they're paying these people, they're giving them food stamps, giving them a place to live, just doing anything and everything they want for them, while you are left holding the bag. That's what I don't like. That's something I can't stand. And that's something, hopefully, Donald Trump is going to come in and just completely do away with all of this garbage. These people will not get any help from the U.S. government if they're in the country illegally. And I think that's the way it should be. We cannot, take up for the whole world. We can't just help the entire world. We have our own problems that we need to fix. Look, I'm a compassionate person, of course. If we can eliminate all of our problems in this country, get rid of our problems, I have no problem at all sending any surplus of our budget just overseas to help anybody else. But while we still have problems in this country, I'm sorry, we need to put America first, fix our problems, and then let's help fix the rest of the world. Because what does it look like if we're spending money in a deficit, taking out debt to help somebody else? That's absurd. Just outright. Doesn't make any sense. A federal judge in North Dakota ruled last month that the immigrants would not be allowed to obtain the coverage in the states that sued while the case moves forward. Members of the group in other states can now get coverage. So they're going ahead with it anyway. This is just nuts. I can't believe that a federal judge is going to force some states, not really force because they want to do this. But there are people that live in those states that absolutely don't want to do this. So these people are being forced to pay for something that they don't want to pay for. It's absurd. They're forced to pay for some people that's not even supposed to be here. Once again, The Dreamers are part of a program that makes them a low priority for deportation. In his first term as president, Trump had varying stances on the program. He attempted to end it, but was thwarted by the Supreme Court. More recently, he has promised the largest mass deportation program in history when he takes office, and also said he would look for ways for Dreamers to stay in the U.S. Last week, Biden's administration extended temporary protected status to allow people from Venezuela, El Salvador, Ukraine, and Sudan to remain in the U.S. illegally for another 18 months. That's absurd. Why? Why do these people just get everything? And the people of this country must suffer because they want to virtue signal and tell the entire freaking world, hey, come on, we'll pay for your health care, we'll pay for your food, we'll pay for your daily needs, we'll put you in a hotel, and leave American citizens out on the streets in the cold, wet conditions because they don't care about you. They don't care about our vets. They don't care about anybody that lives and was born and has the birthright of this country. They don't care about these people because they care more about their own posterity than they do about helping their neighbors, for crying out loud. They'd rather help the rest of the freaking world so they can virtue signal to their friends. It's nuts, and it ticks me off till no end. Pisses me right off because this is just absurd. These people disrespected our country by coming in here illegally in the first place. They spit in your freaking face. Spit in all of our faces, and then these people give them handouts like they're freaking free candy at a damn clinic or something. It's nuts. It's like the dentist giving out free candy. Like, you can't see something funny going on with this? Seriously. But these people, they don't care. They just want a virtue signal and then call you a racist if you bring up any logical arguments against it. Well, hang on. I didn't say nothing about race. Doesn't matter what race. Doesn't matter to them. Oh, you're xenophobic then, aren't you? No. It's nuts, y'all. You can't do anything. You can't make any kind of logical argument that goes against their cult. If you do, then you're a far-right extreme nut job. That's it. That's it. You're just insane to them. Which is insane, right? There's no compromise with these people. They just want what they want, and that's it. And you're either a racist or xenophobic, or a bigot or misogynist, whatever. Just throw in whatever. It doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter because they'll call you something. They'll call you a transphobe, even though you haven't said anything about trans-identifying people, right? You don't have to. They'll call you that anyway, just because you're not in the cult. It's all nuts, y'all. It's all insane. And I can't wait till somebody can verbally slap these people upside the face and get them to come correct. Right? We've got to push culture in such a direction where we shame these people into oblivion to make them feel bad for feeling that way, for having that sort of ideology that is toxic as hell. But I think I've rambled on for long enough on this one, y'all. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section. Get ready, y'all. Get ready, because, I'm going to be covering a lot of these news articles like this, of these cases that Democrats bring against Republicans that make absolutely no sense whatsoever. They just make up excuses, stuff that's not even real. It's absurd on its face. But y'all let me know what y'all think. That's all I got. I want to thank everybody for watching, and y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.